time. Let's take it down courtside to Mick Monahan. Mick.
All right, Scott. Billy Hahn just a moment ago told me his team must rebound the basketball in the second half. He says, Mick, we are getting killed on the glass, and if we don't come out and rebound right away, right now, this game is basically going to be over very fast. Gentlemen?
Well, his team is trailing rebounding-wise 22-16, and look at the 14 offensive rebounds for Rutgers in the first half.
That was the key for Gary Waters coming in, and his team was very aggressive, getting after it on the offensive board. They were also aggressive out in transition, doing a good job defensively, able to get out 13 points out on the break.
Despite shooting just 37%, they got more than their share of opportunities with the 14 offensive rebounds, trying for putbacks. And now they start out with a basketball to begin the second half of play. Salle played a fair amount of zone early in the game, showing man here, and they get themselves a steal on the first possession of this second half. That's Cleaves on the take, can't get it. Dabney pulls down the rebound. Dabney gets doubled down low, so they reverse the basketball, and that's the open man. You don't want to leave him open, but Coleman missed on the three-point jumper.
And again, out of that zone, you've got to shade him. Every time he touches the ball offensively, somebody's got to get out and get a hand in his face.
Blanks just threw a pass that his coach did not like.
And he had a terrible first half, not only not scoring, but also doing a bad job of running the team.
Kent in traffic gets fouled, and he'll earn a trip to the free throw line. Chance to shoot two as Okosa will draw the personal.
You see Dabney right there. As soon as the double team comes, he's able to kick it out. Good pass in the extra ball reversal right there allows Kent to get good open space on the low block.
About Kent and his struggles from the free throw line throughout his career. Missed on his only attempt here tonight. And he makes that one to stretch it out to a double-digit lead now for Gary Waters' team.
That foul shooting going to be a problem all season long for Rutgers. They come in at just 58% as a team from the line. Big problem for them last year as well when they also shot it under 60%.
Two pretty-looking free throws with a nice rotation. Rashad Kent now has 6. Butler can't hit the turnaround. Now Okosa gets fouled on the way in. Foul call is going to go against Dabney. It'll be his second.
Well, LaSalle came out flat here to start the second half, and right now they need somebody to give them a lift. Okosa doing a good job attacking the offensive glass. They need energy from someone to get themselves going. See Butler on the quick spin and turnaround, comes up short, but Okosa right there attacking the glass.
Okosa is 2 out of 4 from the free throw line tonight. The friendly home bounce. One more try coming.
Yeah, hard to call that a shooter's roll, huh? It's amazing. So many guys that get to the foul line as often as these two guys do. He and Kent unable to convert.
That really takes away from your ability to dominate inside, because you got enough guys down there at the end of the bench to throw a foul on you. You're just going to hack you every time you get inside the lane.
Especially late in the game, coaches are afraid to throw the ball inside to you because you can't make foul shots.
Coleman's soft touch, can't get it to fall, and Butler gets another rebound. Butler wants that three. Got it.
Right now they need something to give them life. Maybe it's going to be some threes in transition from Butler. Crowd looking for something to get themselves interested.
They've been wanting to explode. They started out at a high decibel level to start the game, and Rutgers kind of took them right out of it. Kent doubled up, tripled up. And now Coleman just flat threw it away. But his teammate gets it back, and Butler the block. Sherrod can't get the putback, and Butler does it again, this time getting fouled with the rebound.
Well, we said they needed some energy. Right now it's Rasul Butler who's giving it to him. A terrific block on the defensive end. Rod did a great job of tracking this basketball down right here. You see him come in and come up with the steal. Right there. Butler stays with the play. Even though Sherrod was able to beat Blanks, once again, Julian Blanks just not into the game this evening.
A foul call on the entry pass to Okosa. They got Rashad Kent for hanging on. That'll be his second.
Rasul Butler's mom, she likes the action. Rasul stepping it up, doing whatever it takes to win games here right now, making threes, challenging defensively, coming up with blocks.
Well, she's got to be happy with what she's seeing right now because Butler is trying to take over this game, except now a traveling violation. The Salle bench thought that he had the pivot foot planted, but it will be the 13th turnover on the Explorers.
It looked like he did. A nice little ball fake and step through. You see Billy Hahn, he did not like that call. With Dabney's size, though, you may want to take Rasul Butler and take him off the post, allow him to utilize his quickness out on the perimeter.
Good quick hands for Okosa, knocks it over the end line. 24 left to shoot for the Scarlet Knights. Dabney from 18. A little bit short. Look at the leaping ability again of Ricky Shields. I can't get over it.
I mean, he just goes over top of everybody. And one thing he's doing, every time a shot goes up, he's finding a lane to the basket. Nobody puts a body on him, and then he literally just jumps over top of both defenders.
This will give you an even better look. Look at this. Oh, my goodness.
It's one thing to attack the glass. It's another to attack and then just literally elevate over top of everybody.
I'll tell you what, you don't want to put undue pressure. Gary Waters knows he's got a good one here in this freshman. You don't want to put undue pressure. But I'll tell you what, coming off that career high, 40-plus in the vertical leap, you're talking David Thompson category now.
Well, that's putting a little pressure on him, huh?
But, I mean, literally, what was Thompson, 42, 43, maybe even 44? Posted up. Oh, what a chance for the three-point play. Dabney can't believe it.
Well, Butler felt the contact and literally just threw the ball up on the glass, trying to get 2 foul shots out of it. Instead, the bucket goes, and a chance to get the old-fashioned three-point play. You see right there on the spin, literally just throws it up. Nice flash coming from the low block into the middle of the lane and utilizing his body right there to shield off the defender in Dabney.
And he ends up hitting Dabney with his third foul. Now Butler can cap a three-point play, and he is single-handedly trying to get LaSalle back in here in the opening minutes of the second half. There's a three-point play for Butler, and it's a 6-point game.
And they've got life again. They were flat the first couple possessions here in the second half, but since Rasul Butler's made some plays, the crowd's back into it, and his teammates are being lifted up as well.
Shields lost the handle. Rugby scrum breaks out. And a held ball is going to give it back to the Explorers. Waters trying to keep his team calm here on the road. Billy Hahn trying to incite his team to feed off what Butler is doing here and the home crowd.
And one thing this team's going to do all season long is feed off Billy Hahn. Nobody works the sidelines harder. He's sweating over there, running up and down, just trying to get as much as he possibly can out of this team. They're not very deep, they're not overly talented, but one thing they've done all season long is they've played hard.
The feed. Butler can't get that one to go. Okosa picks him up and gets the rebound, drawing the contact. Oksani the foul, his first, team's fourth.
Once again, Rasul Butler trying to do everything in the low blocks. Rashad Kent was the defensive assignment that time. They've got to try and figure out a way to take him out on onto the perimeter as well. Now that he's got bigger guys matching up defensively, he's got to step outside.
Kent touched the ball on the inbound pass, so the ball will stay with LaSalle. Farmer trying to find that open spot, and now the feed to the inside. Kent another steal, looking ahead, and the save by Shields isn't going to get it done. 10th turnover over for the Scarlet Knights as they miss an opportunity in transition, something they did not do a lot of in the first half. Cleves, pretty cut. Can't get the basket to go, but Farmer comes out of the pack with a basketball.
Cleves had a good look inside coming off the curl. Instead of putting it up against the backboard, missed the easy shot.
Farmer. Not going to go the second time. The third time it's saved in by Akosa, but Kent comes down with the basketball.
Put it up on the board. Give yourself a chance. Both guys missed easy floaters in the lane because they didn't put the ball against the glass.
Coming up on 5 minutes into this second half. And one. With the left hand, no less, Rashad Kent flashing through the lane and showing some power.
Wanted a chance to go over to the bench and tell everybody about this play. The nice step through, and as you said, Scott, with the left hand, no less. See right there, the terrific step through. Never put the ball to the ground. Able to finish with authority.
Butler called for the personal, his second. Kent trying to cap off the three-point play. Can't do it. But the Rutgers lead remains at 8. Bodies flying everywhere in the lane, and that foul is going to go against Kent. His third. And already team foul number 6 for the Scarlet Knights here in the first half as we've got a timeout on the floor. 14:55 to go. Rasul Butler with Mom in the crowd trying to take it over for the LaSalle Explorers, and at this point trying to keep them in the ball game.
It's official.
3:35, 14:55 to go with Rutgers on top. Stay tuned to CN8 for what's going on in your area and the rest of the world. CN8 News, 10 Eastern. Connie Cola, Arthur Fidel bringing the biggest stories. Lou Tilly has sports. Robin Stevens gives you the weather. Be up to date with what's going on. CN8 News, 10 Eastern. CN8, tune in. Find out.
Look at Billy Hahn. I mean, he's working the sidelines. Needs the towel. He's sweating through his shirt right there. See why he takes his jacket off. Saves a little dry cleaning.
Really, who's playing this game?
Rutgers back in the zone on baseline out of bounds.
Akosa trying to take it to the hole, lost the handle. And stepped on the end line.
Akosa put the ball to the floor in the high post, allowed Rutgers to get in and rake it out.
Billy Hahn's team turns it over 16 times a game. That's already 15, and we've still got 14 and a half minutes left. Rutgers breaking the pressure.
See, every time now Coleman's getting the ball, you see Cleves trying to shade out to his spot.
Shields.
Oh. That's where he's most effective, putting the ball to the floor, getting and attacking the basket inside.
He's got a chance to be a very, very good one.
Yeah, explosive. Every time he leaves the floor, he's able to elevate over top of people and just kind of also has the strength to barrel through people as well.
Farmer had the open three but couldn't handle the hot pass. And now Cleves will take it. And Butler can't get the tip follow. Foul call. They're going back the other way. The foul call will go against the Explorers and Reggie Akosa. And that's bad news for LaSalle big man as he draws his fourth.
Tough miss inside by Rasul Butler, who had cleared the offensive rebounding position. Forces a fourth foul on Akosa, and again, with their lack of depth, that becomes a big factor. You see right here, Rasul Butler with terrific inside rebounding position, just can't get it to fall.
Akosa had the forearm on the back of Aksani, who has the basketball right now. And they got a 10-second violation. They could not break the stripe. Aksani dribbled himself into trouble and couldn't get back out of it.
See Billy Hahn trying to get the crowd right behind him, the student section back into it.
Rutgers already has more turnovers than they had the entire first half here in the second. 5 at halftime and 11 now for the game. Baptiste, who's now going to have to see some significant time with Akosa on the bench. Cleves finding the open man, Butler. Shoot it anyway. And the rebound tap free. Sherrod in transition. Oksani, nice drop to Coleman.
Wow, pretty play right there. Instead of attacking the basket with the defender on top of him, he just lays the ball right behind him as Coleman does a good job running the floor and picking up the easy shot.
Coleman and Shields each have 14. And the Rutgers lead is double digits. Butler, nice turnaround jump shot for Rasul. He's got 17 to lead all scorers.
He's able to flash right into the center of the zone. He's had problems scoring on the low blocks. They got to move him off the low block and find other spots.
This is Shields. And if he can hit that jump shot to go along with his other gifts, he gets that much more dangerous. He's now got 16 to lead the Scarlet Knights.
I'm talking to Gary Waters today. He said one of the things that he's doing is now he's really starting to think about offense. Early on, he was just worried about defensive assignments. Now he's starting to play.
Butler can't hit the turnaround. And a nice save for Shields. Sherrod's going to settle them down.
LaSalle's got to come up with some stops and create some life once again. They've gone flat.
Rutgers doing this without Rashad Kent on the floor. Sherrod for three. Got his first of the season earlier. That's number 2 on the year. He's got 6 points.
That was with the hand in his face. Again, Rutgers being very patient attacking that zone defense. Billy Hahn's got to call a timeout right now as his team is falling behind by 15.
Taking the full timeout with his team down by 15. That's the biggest lead of the game for Rutgers.
Rutgers has been able to get out in transition all night long. Here's the terrific feed by Exani as Coleman's running the floor, able to get the easy layup. And on that last play, plenty of time for Rashad to get his feet underneath of him. Lets it fly, and as you said, 0-4 coming into the game, 0-for-11 from 3. He stepped up and looked good on his 2 threes tonight.
Now you got to give this Rutgers team credit. As we mentioned last year, disappointment for them. They were 11-16, 3-13 in Big East play. They made the coaching change. They bring in Gary Waters, who had so much success at Kent State, and really kind of a different look to this team and the approach that they're taking to the game. Now that can also be due to the fact that they lost some of their big-time scorers from last year and have kind of reinvented themselves with some new players.
Well, one thing that Gary Waters was able to do is come in and get some good signings in his first class, and they're continuing that. You see Haskins, a very quick athletic forward out of Baltimore, Notre Dame Academy, and then LaSalle. One thing that Billy Hahn's done is no matter where he's gone, he's done a great job recruiting. Jermaine Thomas is a guy who's going to walk in here, take the basketball, a terrific point guard to run the team. One thing that happens if you're going to build a program, you're not only going to do it on the floor teaching every day, but you got to get out and recruit. 2 things both of these guys have been able to do.
A true strength in Billy Hahn, member of the Maryland coaching staff since July of '89 before being hired here at LaSalle. First assistant that Gary Williams hired after he was named head coach and eventually got promoted to associate head coach for his last 3 years.
And you see Gary Williams' team continuing to play good basketball. We saw him here on CN8 winning the BB&T Classic.
Short on the 3-point jumper. Now Cleve's going to try a 2-pointer. And that won't go. Baptiste got the rebound and the follow.
That's a bonus basket. Anytime you get scoring out of Baptiste, problem for LaSalle right now is finding that second scorer. It has not been Blanks and it hasn't been Cleves. One of those 2 guys going to have to step it up if they make a run.
Shields got the 3-pointer. 19 points on the night. Not a bad way to back up your 22 last time out.
No, and again, just playing with so much more confidence. Salle stagnant offensively. Once again, Butler on the low blocks.
Coleman just had his steal and he let it slip through his fingers. But Rutgers will get the basketball back anyway on LaSalle's 16th turnover. And now the ball will go back to Rutgers when we come back. Billy Hahn trying to figure out a way to get his team back into this game in the blink of an eye. What had been a manageable 7-point game has turned into a 16-point deficit. And the turnovers continue to haunt the Explorers.
It's official.
15-point lead, 10:41 to go. Stay tuned after the game for It's Your Call with Lynn Doyle at 9 Eastern. Inviting you to call in and be part of the show. Weeknights at 9. Always thought-provoking, always interesting. Be part of the debate on It's Your Call with Lynn Doyle. Tonight's topic, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. CN8, tune in. Find out. .16 advantage and the basketball for Rutgers. Just about halfway through this second half of play.
That big lead forces LaSalle out of the zone, back straight man.
Coleman. No floater from just inside the free throw line. He's got 16 points.
This Rutgers team starting to get some confidence, really starting to execute on the offensive end. Come out of the timeout. Nice little curl for Coleman on their first possession.
Find a way to get free, but the ball, they say, last touch can.
Rutgers stays in the zone defense, and why not? It has really negated Rasul Butler.
Baptiste. Way too strong, but Butler got the putback.
Well, you got to call that a pass, huh? I mean, that is one ugly-looking hook shot from about 10 feet. Somehow ends up in Rasul Butler's hands. Not a good offensive possession, but hey, they score.
19 now for Butler. Well, Salle needs more than one defensive stop now. We're going to get a foul call, kind of a delayed whistle as Ken hit the deck. It's going to be Mike Cleaves' third foul.
See all the defensive attention he gets when he gets the ball in the low box. Here's that ugly hook shot. I mean, yikes. That doesn't even come close, but Butler able to utilize his size and take that bad shot and make it look like an assist.
To be fair, it was not only long, but it was also off the mark.
Had no chance.
Coleman. Too strong with a three. And Quadri with the rebound as LaSalle begins that long road back, trailing this one by 16. And now it can be more. Sherrod found the trailer. Shields. Oh, there's your highlight film play that got away.
LaSalle doing a bad job taking care of the basketball, turning it over. They're also unable to get any kind of easy shot. No transition for LaSalle.
Steal after steal after steal. And Rutgers, which capitalized on just about every one in the first half, has not here. This could be more than a 16-point game.
That two straight layups that they missed, that could have been the knockout punch.
Salle suffering a bit right now from the lack of a true point guard on the floor. Butler fights his way inside and wills himself two more.
Key term there is fight. He's battling. He's doing whatever he can to get his team going. Problem is, he has not had much help tonight.
Across the 8-minute mark now, with Rutgers comfortably in front. Ken fouled by Baptiste.
No, smart play. Kent does such a great job of getting so low when he posts up, clearing space. Gary Waters' team able to find him whenever he does create that space.
Now, I asked you one of the last times we did a game together, why do you get low? You said to create space. Well, when this guy creates space, this guy creates space.
You're not coming over top of him. And he's so strong down low. So when he sits down on the post and really spreads out, you have no chance of coming over top.
Missed on the first, will have another try.
Your only chance is to hack him and make him try to go earn him from 15 feet, because that's a struggle for him.
You see the rebounding leaders in the nation. That's per game coming in, and Kent third in the nation. Got the second free throw to fall, and that's going to bring us to a timeout. 7:56 to go. The Scarlet Knights of Rutgers playing well in a lot of facets of the game, including strong defensive basketball. They forged themselves a 15-point lead here at LaSalle. 58-43. Rutgers on top of LaSalle. They've had their opportunities in transition. Make a lot of plays here tonight, including one that almost was.
Talked about it all night. Steele's ability to get over top of everybody. Even though this doesn't fall, it's worth the second look. All of a sudden, I know one of your new favorite players.
Absolutely.
And why not? Look at those numbers again tonight. New career high, 7 rebounds, coming off a career high in his last game of 6. He's also climbing on top of that 22-point career high he had last game.
Great leaping ability, good court presence, explosive. You can also say that for Butler. Missed on that shot, though. Jones, the rebound, putback won't fall. And Kent adds to his rebounding total.
Yeah, one thing about Kent, you don't take rebounds away from him.
Dabney with his own follow. Right now, Rutgers is just flat too much for LaSalle.
And right now, LaSalle, a team that Billy Hahn said was pretty tired, had tired legs coming back from Iowa, and right now it looks it.
We saw them in a loss at Delaware. They got a big win at Villanova in overtime, then dropped games to SMU and Alabama State.
And that game against Villanova really showed a lot of character coming off the difficult loss against Delaware, where they had the game won and gave it away, and then came right back to win at Villanova. Tough place to play. Rutgers has been able to run tonight. They've given up literally no transition baskets for LaSalle. They've done a great job defensively in transition. They've also done a very good job offensively.
Billy Hahn is going to end up seeing that Rutgers break in his dreams. 2 more for Shields. He's 1 shy of that career high now. 21 points on the game. 7 minutes to go, and Rutgers right now is blowing LaSalle out.
Credit the zone defense. Gary Waters' team's known mostly for their man-to-man defense, but it's been the zone that's really turned things around here late in the first half and through the second.
For the guys in the white jerseys, this has to be looking a lot like a Scarlet tidal wave right now.
They've been patient on the offensive end, haven't forced things.
Lost the handle, patiently picks it back up and flips it in.
Well, the strength to literally just tear it out of the double team, puts the ball to the floor. He's very deceptively quick and agile once he gets the ball in the low post.
Led the team in steals the last couple of years despite his big size at 6'6", 275.
Nearly had another one.
Blanks in traffic. Oh, take that right out of here, says Rashad Kent.
Again, he's so quick to rotate defensively. Watch where he comes from, literally from nowhere. Oh, good hands on the bench, nearly coming up with the catch.
Okosa missed. Rebound to Dabney. And Rutgers on the roll again.
And once nothing develops out of the break, they're smart enough to back it back out and execute.
5:40 to go.
Nice pass.
Wide open for the jam, and it is now a 23-point game, and Billy Hahn needs another timeout. And the LaSalle fans who came out to see their team for the first time this year are already beginning to leave the building with 5:34 left, a 25-8 run.
Right now, Billy Hahn's team not playing with a lot of emotion or energy, something that he demands from his team. Here's a terrific feed out of the double team as Kent's able to steal it right through with the strength. A nice little reverse layup. And here comes the double team. The pass right there as Dabney's able to find himself wide open on the opposite block. So Kent takes one double team and breaks it himself. The next time the double team comes, he's able to kick it out with a terrific feed.
The Rutgers schedule Saturday, they'll take on Wagner. Games before the holidays against Hartford, UMBC. You got games at number 7 Virginia, annual game against Princeton, and then at number 9 Syracuse. You can see how difficult things start to get as you inch a little bit closer toward the new year, and of course the Big East schedule. Well, this is a team that does have some experience in the middle in the person of Rashad Kent. Gary Waters talked about his senior.
Rashad is a player that has the capability of being a force inside, and if we can get him to that point each and every night, then other people in our program will have easier times at certain situations. See, he can take the pressure, especially off the younger players and so on. So we have to make sure that he's moving, and if he plays to his potential, he's as good a big man in the Big East.
That's exactly what's happened tonight. He's taken the pressure off of both Shields and Coleman, and they have both flourished scoring. Shields gets himself another steal. 19 turnovers for the Explorers. And it's not like it's getting any better right now for Billy Hahn's team.
They've really done a poor job attacking the zone defense. Too many giveaways. Oh!
Dabney couldn't get the follow and blanks down with the basketball. Akosa trying to clear a room. Good defense by Dabney. And Butler got the putback. The one bright spot for LaSalle tonight is the 23 points, a game high for Rasul Butler.
The only bright spot.
Blanks did some warding off and ended up getting nothing out of that attempt.
You got to go strong and force the official to make that call by pulling the ball away.
He got no foul call, did not get the basket.
A lot of contact right there to get no whistle.
And to add insult to injury, had it tossed off him. Rutgers breaking the pressure. No need to rush it now with 4.5 left, leading by 21 points.
And Rutgers is dominated from the guard spots tonight. LaSalle's guards doing a very poor job attacking the zone defense.
Kent fought his way inside. Akosa is going to foul out of the game, even though he was hanging on for dear life as Kent was kind of clearing out with his arm. So Akosa really got held in check this evening after scoring 19 and pulling down 12 boards last game against Alabama State. Going to foul out of this ball game with 4:13 to go. 7 points on the night and foul trouble most of the night fighting against Rashad Kent.
You see Billy Hahn trying to figure out, well, who are we going to put into the game right now? Take some time. And he doesn't have a whole lot of choices on his bench. This team only goes 8 deep as the season moves along. And start getting banged up, an injury here or there, it makes it even that much more difficult. The lack of depth the last few years has been LaSalle's Achilles heel.
And Baptiste comes down with the rebound off the miss by Kent. Butler got himself 2 more. 25 points for Rasul Butler. 16 of them here in the second half.
Literally a one-man show. Nobody else stepping up and doing anything for LaSalle offensively.
Chance at a 3-point play for Dabney.
And everything right now running through Rashad Kent. Doing a terrific job in on the post, recognizing the double team. Dabney dives down the lane. See right here, as soon as the double team starts to come, there he is. Dabney cuts down to the lane, the nice dive. See him coming right at you. Perfect camera work right there. And Kent puts the ball right where it's supposed to be. Terrific execution on the offensive end.
Getting on the shot.
Official timeout.
And we've got a timeout on the floor. 3:40 left to go in the game. Gary Waters looks to get win number 5 in a row. 9:47. Rutgers comfortably in front with 3:40 left to go in this game. I want you to stay tuned. Coming up later on tonight at 11, it is Lou Tilley Sports Connection. Bruce Casella will sit in for Lou this evening. Highlights of this ball game. A couple of other Big 5 participants involved in big ball games tonight. And, of course, guests in conversation every night on Lou Tilley Sports Connection. CN8, tune in. Find out. got himself another 3 points. He has, you said, been a one-man wrecking crew, a one-man show. How about LaSalle has got 22 points now here in the second half, and he's got 19 of them.
Wait, come on, somebody give the guy a hand, huh? Somebody step up and do something offensively. He continues to play with energy and enthusiasm. Problem is, none of his teammates have responded in the second half.
Rodri got the steal, but he ended up stepping on the sideline. 3:04 left to go.
A good win for Rutgers. Last year, just 2-8 on the road all season long. This their first road game of the year. Gary Waters said today one of the things he wanted to try and teach his team was how to win on the road. He said it's more than just stepping out and playing. It all starts with the mental game and the mental approach. Well, certainly his guys have come out and done a good job of executing tonight.
May have seen some of Gary Waters last year in the NCAA tournament. His Kent State team, number 13 seed, knocking off number 4 seed Indiana. Big upset. And Coleman on the lean-in. He now has 18 for the game.
If he's able to mix that up by putting the ball to the floor and getting into the lane, with the way he shoots the ball and his range from outside, makes him just that much more difficult to guard.
Butler again the turnaround.
Well, he's on a roll.
You think?
Yeah, and look at his energy, too. Scoring and getting right up at the point of the press. That's the type of energy that Billy Hahn wants him to give night in and night out. That's also the kind of energy that NBA scouts are going to want to see from Butler. See right here, sneaking from behind the zone defense, flashing right into the middle, and as soon as he scores, here he is, right up at the point of that zone defense on the full court pressure. It's the kind of effort you like to see.
Not quitting by any stretch. Where would they be without him? Butler 30 points on the night, the rest of the team 22. And as we said, 21 out of 24 LaSalle points in the second half belong to Rasul Butler.
See right there, Rasheed Quadri. Do you think Billy Hahn wants to try and get his guys a little fired up, ready to play? A little intensity from the coach on the sideline?
I'm thinking.
The guys like playing for him, and one thing he demands is play with passion. His team did not do that here in the second half tonight, with the exception of Rasul Butler.
They did fall victim to momentum. Rutgers had a good job all night at breaking the LaSalle pressure.
And what he's got to do is he's got to get Julian Blanks to buy into how they're playing and start playing with some passion. He was lifeless tonight. You think of the games that they played well, the game against Delaware, he literally shot him into the game. I mean, he was the guy that had that comeback, and he also played terrific against Villanova. 16 points, 9 assists, but his last 3 games, he has disappeared.
Oh, three-pointer for Ricky Shields. 24 points on the night, and that is a new career high.
He's got career highs in points and rebounds tonight, back-to-back games. That's the type of progression you like to see from a freshman.
Cleves on the runner for his first 2 of the game. We've got a minute 36 left to go.
And that's a problem if Cleves is going to score his first points at a minute 36 with Blanks not doing anything from the backcourt. That's a big-time problem for Billy Hahn. His backcourt did not show up offensively tonight.
Now, you think about the fact that for the most part, the Rutgers backcourt that you're seeing back there is inexperienced at the Division I level. You're talking about 2 guys that are playing their 7th Division I college game.
And Mike Sherrod, a sophomore who saw a ton of minutes last year as a freshman, but still another young guy.
Coleman stepped on the sideline. 13th turnover for Rutgers. Now, they average 19 a game, so they brought that number down tonight. I guess the best defense against that kind of thing is a strong offense.
Yeah, and they did a good job, especially in the first half with just 5 of those turnovers.
20-point game as we come up on a minute left. And there's another steal. And Sherrod will coast in.
Well, Sherrod's got terrific quickness. He's done a very good job of playing passing lanes out of that zone defense.
Farmer had it blocked by Dabney, but he committed the foul with 1:05 left.
Not a whole lot of contact on that. That would have been a better call if we don't get a whistle. Once again, Sherrod able to anticipate the cross-court pass. Gets a hand in the lane, and then defensively going after it. Right here, Dabney with a whole lot of basketball. I guess they got contact down below.
And Farmer, who had 6 points in the early going, gets his 7th. That's his new season high here at his freshman year. And an opportunity for a well-deserved trip back to the bench and some high fives for that group. Rashad Kent.
Yeah, he had a big game. Not only on the backboards, but offensively. Scoring inside and also finding people. As soon as the double team came, he was able to move the basketball for good results.
Connor Fox into the game now for Rutgers, as is Oksani. There's McCoy, and he's called for the offensive foul for charging into Baptiste. Both teams up over the limit, but that is player control, so there won't be any free throws involved. And Rutgers now also going to get Mitch Garrett into the game.
How about the game from Shields? Started off defensively against Rasul Butler and kept him in check for a while. Then he turned it on the offensive end as well.
You know what I thought?
He's your guy, huh?
Tonight he was.
Oh, definitely. How about Gary Waters? You talked about it's got creating a new direction. Right on the media guide, talking about how this is going to be a different program, trying to turn things around. When he first came in, he didn't worry about recruiting. He worried about the guys that he had, making sure academically they got everything in line. And his team has really responded. They've played hard all season for him. Now they're starting to execute as well.
Fox wants the three. Doesn't get it to go. Now Garrett going to step up. He'll fire and got it.
You gotta love when the walk-ons are now pulling threes and knocking them down.
That's the guy who's the official team barber.
Gotta like that.
That's what he does.
Apparently also makes some threes, huh?
Every once in a while. Job description: hit a three now and then, keep the team properly coiffed. 6.5 seconds to go. This will be a loss by more than 20 points for the LaSalle Explorers here in their home debut this year. And another throwaway, so Garrett's on the run again. And the barber now has 5. You've heard of Sal the barber? That is Mitch the barber. Obviously somebody else cuts his hair. And that's going to do it for the ball game. A convincing win for Gary Waters and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. They come here to Philadelphia and they knock off LaSalle 81-56 the final.
They did a great job defensively, coming up with steals, getting easy baskets in transition. This was a game that not only did they play hard, but they executed and played very well.
Gary Waters runs his team's record to 5-2, 5 in a row now for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. We'll come back with more from Tom Gola Arena here in Philadelphia. Post game with Mick Boninghoff coming up in just a moment. Scarlet Knights here tonight over the LaSalle Explorers. You talk new direction, and that is precisely what Rutgers has done under their head coach, Gary Waters. They've come in here and they got themselves a very big victory here tonight, running out in front and holding the lead in their first game on the road. Let's take you over to Mick Boninghoff, who's standing by with the head coach. Mick?
All right, thanks very much, Scott Graham. Coach Waters, congratulations on a big win tonight here at LaSalle.
Thank you. It was one of, we really wanted to have an opportunity to win this game because they hadn't won on the road in a long time at Rutgers.
Also, the guards kind of took this game over for you. Rookie Shields really stepped up tonight, career high at 24 points.
Oh, yeah, Ricky can play, and then you also have Jerome Coleman, and you also have our point guard that takes control of the whole game, and that's Mike Sherrod.
Surprised at the way you were able to cause the turnovers. I know you told us at halftime water pressures is the identity that you want to have in this team, and you were able to do that tonight.
Yeah, but we really didn't. The kind of pressure that I want to apply, we haven't done yet. That's the full court going after. But we're taking one step at a time with this team.
Yet in all, that's still 5 wins in a row, and now you go home for 3 more. So a chance to load up a little bit on the schedule.
You don't know what can happen at home, so that's why you got to be ready. Each game, we just got to take one game at a time, and that's what I told this team. Don't worry about looking ahead. Don't worry about anything anything else. What we need to do is just play each game as it comes.
Also, you got the play inside from Dabney, Rashad Kent. You wanted to get the ball down in the second half. You were able to do that effectively.
Oh, yeah, and when we get it inside, we can go against anybody inside, but we got to get it in there first. And most teams are sagging back so deep, so we got to hit some shots from the outside in order for that to occur. And Ricky Shields and Jerome Coleman did that today.
Plus, you were able to pass the ball without causing turnovers on your end, not giving it away.
Yeah, that's one of the things we've been working on every day, because we've been averaging quite a few turnovers, and we're trying to break that habit, something that they've brought in from the past. And I'm a type of coach, I don't know if you knew this, when I was at Kent State last year, we were one of the tops in the country in turnover to assist ratio. So that's important for me, and that's what we got to create here.
All right, well, Coach Waters, thanks for joining us after a big win here tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Gary Waters, head coach of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Gentlemen.
Well, big win for his team, as we mentioned, and just kind of a change. Every once in a while you see a situation in which a head coach takes over at a college team. You hear there's going to be a new direction. You're not sure what you're going to see. This is a completely different looking team.
And again, I think it goes back to when he first got the job and said, you know what, you're my guys. I may not have recruited you, but I'm not worried about going out and recruiting right now. I'm worried about you guys focusing in on what we have to do, and it shows. His team trusts him, and they've been playing hard for him.
Now, these LaSalle Explorers take it on the chin tonight. They're going to come right back. They're going to be taking on Drexel on Saturday, and this is a big college basketball doubleheader. 3 big games at the Palestra in the Big 5 Classic. Rasul Butler and company against Drexel in game number 1 on Saturday, and then the number 24 St. Joe's Hawks, Marvin O'Connor, lighting up the backcourt, going against the Penn Quakers, the front line of Ugana Onekwe, Coco Archibong. That is game number 2 of our Palestra doubleheader, starting at 1, the Big 5 Classic. Here on Saturday, Drexel LaSalle game 1, St. Joe's and Penn in game 2. I'm looking forward to that, and you know that I would be looking forward to something like that. It is going to be a very special day in Philadelphia college basketball.
Well, any Philly basketball fan's got to be looking forward to that day. 3 games, 3 good matchups. It all starts off with the first game. LaSalle's got to bounce back. They've got a little practice time here now. They don't have to worry about getting on a plane or a bus. They just got to worry about trying to get better and finding other people to step up and give Rasul Butler some compliment.
Ricky Shields doing a terrific job this evening, working the inside, working the outside, and putting that great leaping ability to work as Rutgers wins at 81-56. For Mick Bonningoff and Rob Kennedy, this is Scott Graham. Stay tuned. Lynn Doyle and It's Your Call is coming right up.